Hello everyone, in this video that I have prepared for you. As always, I will present a trading strategy that I have identified through backtesting the profit rate and achieved truly remarkable results. The main indicator in this strategy will be Tillson T3, which was designed by Kivenkas Bilgic, who has created legendary indicators on TradingView. This indicator can provide more sensitive reactions to price movements compared to a standard moving average line and includes features that traders can customize according to their trading timeframes. Before we start our instructional video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Dear friends, in this video, I will first teach you a strategy consisting of only 2 indicators, and towards the end of the video, I will demonstrate a different style based on this strategy. Please fully grasp the trading model I will present first, so that you can better understand the slightly different style at the end of the video. Let's optimize the indicator settings and get started. Let's move on to the trading rules, as seen in this example. The Tillson T3 line is in green, and the price is trading above the Tillson line. At the same time, the check-in volatility indicator has risen above the pivot line at the 0 level. This situation indicates a significant buying pressure in the market, but we are still waiting for the other conditions to be met. After a few candlestick streams, a small-bodied green-colored bar emerges, and then we see the valid pullback completed by the red bar. Following this red bar, an additional red bar forms. And finally, trade entry can be made with the engulfing green trigger bar that engulfs the entire body of the additional red candlestick. After a long process, we have reached our 1 to 1.5 reward ratio target. Once a strong signal is captured, the probability of a successful trade outcome is high. However, please keep in mind that no strategy can achieve 100% accuracy. Let's look at a short position example. The Tillson line has turned red. At the same time, we see a red candlestick, and the check-in volatility indicator is crossing above the 0 level. After 6 bars, a valid pullback movement occurs, and an additional candlestick forms. After the valid pullback action, buying pressure increases a bit because there is a liquidation hunt here. A move where market makers try to knock out small investors. However, as a result of this move that remains below the Tillson line, a red candlestick engulfs the previous green candlestick, indicating our opportunity to enter the trade. It was another successful trade that hit the target. Please pay close attention to this example. As you can see, the Tillson line is green, and while the price is rising, a red candlestick closes below the green Tillson line. In this situation, the expectation of a long position comes to an end, but since the Tillson line is still green, we need to set up all the conditions from the beginning. And along with the green candlestick, the check-in volatility indicator has also crossed above the 0 level. Moreover, the Tillson line is still continuing in green color. A valid pullback movement occurred along with the 2-part red bar. In the area I marked, so far, the conditions are forming properly. An additional red bar was added to the valid pullback action, and then a new green candlestick formed, engulfing this extra bar. Thus, all the conditions have been met. Successful trade. Congratulations! In this example, we can see why the expectation of a short position was initially cancelled. The price was trading below the Tillson line, but then it closed above the Tillson line. Afterward, it returned below the line and continued its downward movement. We need to retrace the trade conditions from the beginning. As you can see here, a red candlestick is below the Tillson line, and at the same time, The Chaikin volatility indicator has crossed above the zero level. After a few candlesticks, a valid pullback movement occurs. These are horizontal market conditions where all candlesticks have similar-sized bodies. Actually, it doesn't look very promising as a satisfying signal. Please remember that as you gain experience, you may come across certain formations on the chart that meet your strategy's rules, but don't seem satisfactory. In such cases, refrain from entering trades. In the markets, nothing escapes. Clear opportunities will come again and again. Even if we don't see a satisfying formation, the trade ended up being successful, as it is a strategy that generates very strong signals as a whole. Achieving the target becomes possible and the conditions are met. When you reach the 1 to 1.5 risk-reward ratio level, it will be your choice to take partial profits or close the trade entirely. As you can see in this trade, after hitting the first target, the market quickly moved downwards. However, this situation doesn't always occur. Still, I wanted you to see the continuation of the price. Dear friends, before we learn to use the strategy in a slightly different way, I invite you to join my Telegram channel. Once the required number of members is reached, we will start providing high-quality short-term trading signals, and the channel will become private. I'm adding the channel address in the description section. Now, let's add the indicator I brought to the screen to our chart to modify our trading style a bit. The indicator be added to our chart will assist us by creating support and resistance levels below and above the price bars. For our first example, I covered a support level represented by multiple yellow-colored plus icons using the rectangle tool from the Trading View menu and extended it to the right. The more plus icons you see aligned side by side for a support or resistance level, the stronger the support or resistance zone in that area. As you can see, there is a very strong support zone marked with the rectangle. Additionally, the Tillson T3 line is red. Now, we will wait for the candlesticks to cross the support line I marked in a downward direction. And after a few touches, the support line was crossed in a downward direction. Now, we will try to strengthen our trade by waiting for a valid pullback movement. The movement formed within the circle is weak, but it qualifies as a valid pullback. Whether to consider or ignore such a pullback with weak momentum should be left to the trader's discretion. Since it adheres to our rules, we consider it valid and monitor its development. And finally, the engulfing candlestick formation, consisting of 4 parts, occurred, creating the trigger bar. We are entering the trade. We hit the target. Here is another great working strategy for you. If you have any questions or need further clarification, please write them in the comments section. I would like to mention a small but crucial detail. I don't always have the time to monitor the chart. So how can we catch when a support or resistance line is broken? Yes, that's a very relevant question, to be notified whenever the price touches any support or resistance line. You need to set up an alarm. I will show you how to set up the alarm on the screen. By setting up an alarm this way, you will receive a notification when the price touches the support or resistance line, and you can start paying attention to the chart. That's all for this video. See you in the next tutorial video. Goodbye.